Riley, I think some eyebrows were raised everywhere when they saw Georgia Tech up 26-12 in the first half on Duke, with 4 minutes left in the half. The big story is obviously Cooper Flagg's injury, Malik Brown's injury for Duke, and their availability both in the tournament and in the future down the road for the Blue Devils. But this was before all of that.
Hmm.
26-12 lead for Georgia Tech. Those injuries happen. Duke ends up holding on, though, coming back, persevering for a 78-70 victory over the Yellow Jackets. Con Knipple was great down the stretch. He scored or assisted on all of Duke's last 20 points in the game, which was great because Duke needed somebody to step up after Flagg's injury. We're going to spend a lot of time talking about Flag, but just from the game perspective, how was Duke able to get this done? And how was Georgia Tech able to make it more difficult for Duke than both of us thought it would be?
Yeah, I would say even going back to the preview, maybe not all of us are shocked, Ralph. Don't you remember we talked about how Georgia Tech could make this a game? Said they could be a little
Yeah, make
feisty.
it a game, not up 14.
On the Riley Friday episode, me and Carter recorded that this earlier this morning. That will air on Friday. My bold prediction for the ACC tournament was Georgia Tech test Duke. They lose by single digits, and Duncan Powell has like a legacy game type performance. I felt so vindicated because Duncan Powell went crazy in this game. He's been
He did.
so good down the stretch of this season, and he had two really good looks to. I think Duke was up seven down the stretch, and he had two really good looks from three, missed them both. That could have put some real pressure on them. But yeah, I thought between him and Dongo, like they just got a lot of production from their front court, and
Yeah.
with that being still Duke's strength, kind of going tit for tat with them, like was sort of the difference early on. Plus, Duke couldn't hit anything. I mean, you look at the box score. Flag was
Yeah.
0 for 3 from three. Proctor would finish 0 for 5. James was 1 for 5. Like, kind of a very uncharacteristic off night or an off afternoon of shooting from the Blue Devils. But dude, Knipple was freaking incredible in the second half.
He really was.
He
He
was
really
so
was.
good.
It seems like, John Shire came out after the game and said that Cooper Flag's ankle injury is a sprain. X-rays were negative, that he doesn't see the point in him playing the rest of the ACC tournament. So it seems like they're going to save Flag for the NCAA
Mhm.
tournament. Um, First off, is that a smart move?
Yes. I think they should have saved Malik Brown for the tournament too. Like there was no reason to rush him back for this
Yeah.
one. And I get it that like basketball players want to play. Like I'm sure he wanted to be out there and I'm not trying to, blame Shy or say it was some indefensible decision. I just like, I mean, I've dealt with shoulder injuries before and they are such a bear. They just linger forever. And to see, I like really felt for Malik Brown. You could just see
He was
immediately
hurting.
he knew. Yeah, like you
Yeah.
could see immediately what was going on. So I mean, prayers up to him for a speedy recovery. But yeah, I totally agree with Shire. It has nothing to do with the fact that I need my team to win tomorrow. Which spin zone is if UNC can't beat Duke without Cooper Flag, then like just end our season there. Like, don't even invite us. Don't put us in Dayton. Just it's over. It's over. But yeah, I agree with the move. Like Duke doesn't really have anything left to prove. I get that their fan base loves winning ACC tournaments. They're the only fan base that cares about ACC tournaments.
I have a
Like they're
feeling
the
if
only.
UNC wins this game, you will care a lot about the ACC tournaments.
Yes, I will. But let me get my agenda off, please. They've already proved it. They're a one seed. They were the undisputed
Yeah.
best team in this league. They won it by multiple games. There's no need to rush Cooper Flag back.
I,
They should
I
probably
I'm
they should probably sit Knipple as a precaution just to be safe.
If Duke was not in the position they were in terms of being like the or one of the top two or three title favorites,
Hmm.
I think it might be a different conversation.
Hmm.
But there is a like legitimate chance you win the tournament, and you need him to be healthy for that to happen,
Right.
right? So I think it's smart to be cautious with it. Shire understands that, wants to be cautious with it. Assuming he does not play the rest of the tournament, what did Duke show you in that second half? That, or I guess, based on what Duke showed you in the second half, what does that make you think about them projecting forward for the rest of the ACC tournament and potentially early on the NCAA tournament?
Yeah, I mean, I would say like it comes back to Khan. Like Knipple was really, really good as the number one option. He's had that in his bag for the whole season. Like I mean, he only hit two threes in this game and finished with 28 points. He's
Mm.
a really good playmaker. I mean, he has such good chemistry with Malawach on that pick and roll that they kind of got whatever they wanted on. And he said even in that post game interview that just Georgia Tech kept playing that drop coverage against them. He knew it was going to be there and kept feeding him. Like that is part of why like this season has been really unenjoyable for me is that even when Flag isn't on the court, Duke still has the horses to beat a bunch of really good teams. I mean, granted, I think Flag is a tremendous talent, like the best. I'm trying to think, when was the last time I thought? I mean, probably the best freshman since Zion, and I think he's better than Zion. So it's not, he obviously raises Duke's ceiling, but like, I wouldn't be surprised to see Duke make a second weekend with Flag not playing in the round of 64 or 32.
Yeah,
Just,
like I think this Duke team would be a second weekend Elite Eight. I think maybe Final Four in the right bracket without Flag, but Flag makes them a title favorite. The
yeah.
key is Isaiah Evans to me. Like he got a little bit more minutes in this game after the Flag injury, and he responded with 14 points and four threes. The rest of the team, doing some quick math here, shot 3 of 23. He was 4 of
Ooh,
8.
ooh,
That helped a
that's
lot.
bad.
That
Yeah,
helped a
for
lot.
sure.
He made some key plays in the early in the second half when Georgia Tech was still kind of flirting around with overtaking the lead. He was the one who made the plays, and then Knippel took over down the stretch. So I
Mhm.
liked what I saw from Duke in this game. I want to see more from Tyrese Proctor, um, but not bad overall.
I'm with you on that.